All right, hey, shalom, shalom. Call hello, Yahweh Bashmi Awashai, Bashim Akal Kodash, Brakatah. Call hello, Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bashim Akal Kodash, Brakatah. It's your brother Abal Gabar from the Camp Prophets in Babylon. Double honors to the elders and apostles of the great millstone who do indeed teach and rule well. Peace and salutations to the elect scattered abroad, doing this work in truth and in sincerity. Let me turn this camera around. Right out here at the park, walking the dog, and you see the title of the lesson, man. Don't hog the controller. All right, you know, that's the example I'm going to use for this lesson going into experience, man. You know, as leaders, especially, myself as a leader, you're going to have sheep that are under you, and you don't want to hog all the experience, man. Because experience is the greatest teacher in this thing, man. That's one thing you cannot learn from just watching, okay? Experience, you have to actually go out there and get it for yourself, man. And the example I use is like a video game. Don't hog the remote, man. Don't hog the game, because it's like you can sit here and watch someone play the game, play Madden all day. You can see him, you can watch him for 15 years, watching him play the game, score the touchdowns. But until you get on the sticks, you're not going to know really how to play. You're only going to learn so much. All right, you can only learn so much from watching. All right, now it's time to actually get the experience for yourself. All right, that's a whole nother aspect of this truth, is to actually get the experience, man. Get the boots on the ground. So, as a leader, we also got to prepare the sheep to get that experience, man. You don't want to hog the remote, hog the controller, to where these brothers, ain't getting no experience at all, man. Because it's like if you have an army, right? And you're like a commander, you're the leader of the army or whatever, and all your soldiers do is they watch you on the battlefield. They've never been a day on the battlefield. They've never, known what it's like to throw a grenade or, and that's just, an analogy, in the spirit. Well, when it's time for war, you go out to war and your soldiers, they don't know a damn thing about what it is to actually be in war. That's going to fall back on the leaders, because the leaders should have been having your soldiers in the field, getting their feet wet, and that's not something that can be taught, okay? I was talking to the brothers the other day about this experience, how you got to get experience, man. You got to actually go out there and get it for yourself. And actually, I'm gonna turn around here. And pretty much I was saying, like, hey, younger brothers, y'all brothers can be out there for 20, 30 years just watching the leader, sitting on the sideline, you just watching. You're only gonna learn so much, all right? Because experience cannot be taught, So I kind of got on a younger brother who has been in this thing a little while. And, he didn't really have any experience of what it's like to go out to camp or open a camp, And, I kind of got on him like, yo, brother, you got to go out there. And that's kind of, a job as a leader as well, is to let brothers go out there and get that experience, man. Tell brothers, hey, you got to do it. Because I remember a personal testimony. I remember the first time I had to go out and teach, I was pretty much thrown into the fire. And I'm thankful for that, man. I'm thankful for being thrown into the fire. Because, at the time, I didn't feel like I was ready. I didn't feel like I was ready to go out there and be a teacher. But, my leader, he saw that something I didn't see. So at the time, and he pretty much threw me into the fire. Say, go up there, you're going to teach. It was a random day at camp. Yeah, I had no idea what was happening. I thought I was just going to be out there watching, and out of nowhere, hey, it's time for you to teach. And, I didn't think I was ready. But guess what? When I went up there, it was the Lord that caught me. The Lord was my parachute. It's like I had to take a leap of faith. I was on the edge of a cliff, and the Lord was pretty much telling me, jump. It's time for you to jump. And, as someone that, didn't think I was ready, guess what? The Lord made sure that I did just fine, and that ultimately molded me into who I am today as a teacher, going taking that leap of faith and just trusting in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. With experience, you gotta take the leap of faith, and you gotta trust in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, man. You gotta take that leap of faith, and you gotta jump. And as a leader as well, for brothers that might be in a leadership position, if you got sheep under you, you gotta trust that the Lord got these men. You're not their parachute. Their parachute is Yahweh Shai. So sometimes it takes a man to be thrown into the fire to get that experience, man. All right, so let me go ahead and go to the scriptures. This is Ecclesiasticus or Sirach 34:9. It says, a man that hath traveled knoweth many things. All right. And that's one thing I can say for myself, is I've actually traveled a lot. All right. But even, on a spiritual level, has searched the scriptures, man. All right. And he that hath much experience will declare wisdom. All right. It says, he that hath no experience knoweth little, but he that hath traveled is full of prudence, man. So if you only learn so much from watching. All right. You can only really learn so much from watching. All right. You're going to reach like your cap, right? You're going to reach like your maximum level from watching the videos, watching brothers at camp. But then it's a whole different level to actually be boots on the ground, getting the experience of what it's like to open a camp, or to, hold the camera, deal with different spirits that come up. You can watch us all day. That's good and great, but it's a whole different experience of actually doing it. And that cannot be taught. Okay, we cannot teach you experience. You have to get the experience for yourself. So that goes back to the title of the lesson. Don't hog the controller. Brothers that, are in leadership positions, you don't want to be the guy that's just hogging all the experience. You want to sometimes let some of the younger sheep get some experience, because that's the only way they're going to learn. And guess what? They're going to fall. Just like, we fell. At the end of the day, a just man falleth 7 times and gets back up. But you shouldn't be scared of the fall. You should be scared of not learning from the fall. All right. That's the thing. A just man falls 7 times. So you're going to fall. You're going to make mistakes. The problem isn't making mistakes. The problem is not learning from your mistakes. That's the problem. All right. Let me go back over here. All right. So the problem isn't making mistakes. The problem is not learning from your mistakes. Okay, that's the problem. All right, you don't want to, because like I said in the other lesson about experience, pretty much if you're not making mistakes, it's because you're not doing nothing at all. And that's what happens when guys get complacent. They get comfortable. You don't want to have it to where your men, like if you got an army, you don't want your men to be comfortable and complacent, man. Even with like sports, for instance. A guy that's just watching on the sideline is only going to get so good. He's only going to get so much knowledge of the game. But a guy that actually gets put into play, he starts to learn all the ins and outs of the game. Okay, learns, okay, you know what? He's going to make mistakes, and he's also going to learn the ins and outs of the game. Like, things that sitting on the sideline can't necessarily teach you, man. All right, sitting and watching game films can't necessarily teach you unless you're there on your own. Because when you put yourself in a position where you're getting experience, it's you and Yahweh Shai. Okay, it's you and Yahweh Shai. It's no man. It's you actually walking through that fire. Sometimes you got to do it. And as leaders, we got to also push the younger brothers to get in that position. Now, obviously, not everybody's a teacher, not everybody's a prophet. But at the end of the day, we do have to let these brothers get some experience as well. So younger brothers, especially, sheep that are directly under me, get ready for, more experience. You having to deal with certain things, having to, be put in the fire and things of that matter, man. Because really, that's the only way brothers are going to learn is through the experience, man. All right, through the experience. Because experience is the best teacher in this thing, man. You know, and don't fear making mistakes. All right. A just man falleth 7 times, but he's going to rise back up again. If you're of the elect, it's not the mistake that matters. It's the learning lesson that matters from the mistake. And the Lord will have it to where you make a mistake just so you can learn from it, so you don't make the same mistake again. But if you don't ever make the mistake, then guess what? That mistake will come late in the game, in the fourth quarter. You don't want to make you don't want to fumble the ball in the fourth quarter because you didn't know what it was like to fumble the ball in the first quarter. Okay? You want to have everything, you want to be prepared for everything, man. So, experience cannot be taught. Man cannot teach experience. That's something brothers got to go out there and get it for themselves. As leaders, as, brothers that have younger brothers under them, understand that. Understand that experience is the best teacher. Okay, not us. Now, obviously, we are set up as teachers to teach Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. We're set up to do the work of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. But a brother himself getting the experience for himself is a whole different level, because that's when it's that brother and Yahweh Shai. Okay, that's when it's, him and the Lord, whoever it may be. Just like when brothers got thrown into fire, me, myself, like I said, when I first went out there to teach, I was thrown into the fire. I didn't feel like I was ready. And really, that's how you're going to feel, Like I said, I got on a younger brother the other day. And, pretty much, the thing was, he didn't feel like he was ready, but it's been some time. But the thing is, if you're waiting for some magnificent, thing to come in your mind to just tell you that you're ready, that time is never going to come, because Satan is going to always tell you that you're not ready, you're not worthy. And that's why we have leaders to throw you out there, to put you out there, to tell you, hey, you got it, man. All right. And even if you make a mistake, hey, don't worry, brush your shoulder off. Give praise to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. If you're of the elect, a mistake is not going to break you. A mistake is actually going to make you a better person, man. All right. So, yeah, I'm going to close it out with this scripture. This is Proverbs 24:16. It says, for a just man falleth 7 times and rises up again, but the wicked shall fall into mischief. All right. And, a good reason why people fall as well is because they don't have experience. All right. But a just man, he's going to fall, but he's going to get back up. All right. A righteous man is going to fall. So don't fear falling. Don't fear making a mistake. Fear not learning from the mistake. OK. So, yeah, man, as a leader, as an older brother, that got sheep, I don't want to hog the controller, man. Sometimes you got to give up the remote. Let the next man, get some experience on the sticks, man. Like I said, it's like a video game, man. It's like you got an older brother and you the younger brother, and the older brother trying to teach you how to play the game just by watching. But the younger brother, like, he's anxious, like, yo, give me the controller, man. I want to learn how to, do the cheat codes, or, press this button and do that. I want to feel it for myself, and that's the experience that cannot be taught. All right. So, hey, with that, call hello, Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem, Rakal Kodash, Barakatah, Lord willing, it was edifying.